Hello there, adventurers, and welcome to Wally DM. I recently backed a Kickstarter for Kobold Press's new monster book for 5th edition D&D, the Creature Codex, the follow-up to the Tome of Beasts. And as a backer of the Kickstarter, we were allowed to submit a monster for consideration to be printed in the book. Now, unfortunately, the monster I submitted didn't get accepted, but that's alright. I had a great time learning how to create my very first homebrew monster, and I'm actually going to share that with you today to see what you think. So today we're going to take a look at the Chicken Harpy. So when I started to design my monster to be submitted to the Creature Codex, number one, I didn't have a lot of time left. I decided at the last minute, so I had about a day to work on it. And number two is I really never homebrewed a monster before, so I didn't know where to start. So my first thought was, what kind of damage do I want this monster to do? And I immediately went to psychic damage. I thought it'd be kind of cool to have another monster that would actually get into the heads of the players and kind of torture them that way. And I thought, what better way to torture the mind of a player than to get a terrible song stuck in their head. So with that, I decided, why not go a little bit of the humor route and pick a harpy. Now, if you're familiar with the harpy from the Monster Manual or the owl harpy from Tome of Beasts, they have an ability called luring song. And basically what that is they sing this beautiful song and it charms humanoids and giants, and it draws them in closer so the harpy can just rake the crap out of them with their claws. But it's a beautiful song that they sing. So I thought, why not it be a terrible song? And with that, I decided to go a humorous route. And I decided to call this ability for my new harpy variant the Clucking Song. So the players would have this clucking song in their head that they couldn't get out. And I went a step further with the humorous sides of things and decided to make my harpy part dwarf and part chicken. Just because, I don't know, I just thought a chicken-based monster would be funny. So with that being said, let's take a look and go through the stats and take a look at the Chicken Harpy. Now you are going to see some artwork in this video, and that was drawn up by DMLIam. And a big thanks to him for doing this for me. I wanted an advanced Dungeons and Dragons type of artwork, and he came through perfectly. So thank you very much to DMLIam. And if you would, please look down in the notes below, and you'll find links to his Twitter and to his Twitch channel. So make sure you follow him. And yeah, cool. Thank you very much, DMLIam. I appreciate it. A stout dwarven woman with a feathered head and red comb stares down from her perch. Her awkward, disproportionate wings flap wildly as she readies her hammer, cocks her head to one side, and begins to cluck in a torturous rhythm. So my idea for the Chicken Harpy is that they're going to be found in abandoned barns, windmills, farming areas, and things like that. And if you've ever walked into or seen a chicken coop, honestly, it's one of the creepiest things you'll ever see, especially at dusk, right before it gets dark, or during the night. And if you were to walk into a chicken coop, a lot of times they'll have like a rafters or a perch for the chickens to roost on. And that's kind of the creepiness feel that I'm trying to go with this dwarven harpy. Is adventurers will walk in to be like, well, this doesn't look like there's anything here, and then they look up and there's all these chicken harpies just staring down at them. And now I'm not making the chicken harpy as, they're not going to kill all the time. They are omnivores, but they can also eat seeds and grains and things like that. Now when they attack or engage in combat with a party, a lot of times it's not because they're hungry, because like I said, they could eat grains and sunflower seeds and stuff like that, things that like a normal chicken would, but it's because of their infatuation with shiny objects. And they like gems and jewels and coins, metals, things of that nature. And it wouldn't be uncommon for a layer of chicken harpies to have quite the treasure hoard. So they would actually attack a party trying to steal maybe a few of their shiny objects. Maybe if they get a hold of one, and then they may scamper off after that. But that's kind of where I'm going with their drive and what they are looking for. Now, as far as 5th edition statistics for the Chicken Harpy, you're looking at an armor class of 13, approximately 44 hit points. They have a speed of 20 feet, but they do have this short flight. And by short flight, I give them about 30 feet. They can fly 30 feet at a time, but then they have to land and stop in order to, before they can take flight again. And that just goes back to the chicken. A lot of chickens, they just have short range flight, so just enough to get up on the roost or on their perch or something like that. In combat, the Chicken Harpy has a multi-attack. They can swing with their hammer and with a set of their claws, raking the opponent. Now, I picked hammer, but you could probably also throw hand axe or something like that in, and that's just going off the dwarven part of the harpy, because dwarves are usually proficient with axes and hammers, so I thought a Chicken Harpy wielding one of those weapons was appropriate. Now, the main attack of the Chicken Harpy is, like I already stated, it is the Clucking Song. Now, this is a torturous rhythmic speech that is detrimental to the ears. So all humanoids and giants, creatures like that within 120 feet of a Chicken Harpy will need to make a DC 15 wisdom saving throw, or this song becomes stuck in their head. Now, this saving throw needs to be made each round that the victim or victims are within range of this Clucking Song, within 120 feet. Now, they keep making that saving throw every round until they fail. Now, on a failed save, the harpy's earworm melody bores itself into the subconscious of its victim, and it causes 1d4 plus 1 psychic damage each round for as long as the Chicken Harpy continues this dreadful song. Now, once the Clucking Song is stuck in a victim's head, they're going to take that 1d4 plus 1 damage each round that the song continues. Now, once the song is finally stopped, we're going to roll a d4, and the victim's going to take psychic damage for that many more rounds, because that song, it's still stuck in their head. So that's my homebrew monster, the Chicken Harpy. Again, I wanted to go with something just a little bit on the humor side, and I didn't have a whole lot of time to come up with my own creation, so I thought the variant on the Harpy was a lot of fun. With that being said, if you'd like to print this out so you can use it in your game, you can get the PDF on my website. I'll post a link to that below. And as far as everything else goes, what did you think? Is this a monster that you could run in your game? Are there any little improvements that you can make to make it a little bit better? Be sure to leave a comment below. It helps the channel out a lot. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, on to the next.